me some smoke. I'll take a toll, let it ease. Release the
What's good, soldiers? It's your boy Fitz, and I'm back with another Fitz Friday.
It's your boy, Fitz G.
So yet again, this week I sent a poll through my story like, what do y'all want this week? Y'all want a story time? Or do y'all want a new Fitz mix? Everybody voted for a story time, so I guess y'all fucking with the story time that I did last week. So I'm gonna hit y'all with another one this week. So if you're not following me already, make sure you are following me on Instagram. That's at fitz.ge. So before we get any further into this story time, this crazy ass story time, because honestly, like, y'all, I was a badass kid. Like, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. No, I wasn't a bad kid. I was a rebellious teen, like that preteen teenage stage. Like, I guess you could call it typical, but I guess sometimes I just took it a little bit over the edge. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that red button and hit that bell. I know y'all probably wondering, like, what do you mean you told your mom you were abducted? I had to be like maybe 14, 15 at the time, right? And my mom worked as like a home health aide for like mentally challenged. This particular situation, she was doing an overnight and it was a school night. Now I was very responsible, so I would always be left home with my brother to babysit him while my mom was at work. I just was very like rebellious in the sense of wanting to like be free and have fun with my friends and not always have to babysit and have my little brother tagging along with me. Like, it was just one of those situations. One day I'm out hanging out with my friends and I had a certain time that I had to be back home because my mom was doing the overnight and I needed to be home with my brother and like getting him settled and ready for the next day, basically like fatherly duties. But I'm a fucking 14-year-old kid. So we're like, all right, bet. How you gonna stay longer? Like, how? Because, like, of course, nobody wanted me to go home. I didn't want to go home. Like, so I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna stay, and then when I get home, I'll figure it out. Oh, gosh. I got home at maybe, like, 9:30, close to 10 o'clock-ish, right? And now, for me, that's late because my mom didn't play that. It's like, nigga, you need to be home by 8. Don't fucking play with me. 7:30 if it start getting dark by then. So I'm like, alright, what can I do? In the midst of me walking home, I'm like, alright, think of a story. So I'm like, oh, this gonna fuck them up. This gonna be one for the books. I'm walking home and I'm like, alright, I gotta like get myself like out of breath and like I gotta seem distressed. So I start running up and down, like around, like in a circle, like wherever I was at. I wasn't on my block yet. I was like walking from like downtown way. So if you're from New Haven and you know the downtown area, walking up Dixwell Avenue towards Hamden, I was coming up that way. I'm walking up, it's dark outside, but I'm just running back and forth just so I could get winded, get out of breath, and like so once I'm out of breath and winded, I start speed walking home or whatever. I start fucking with my clothes, like I start like having shit hanging off of me. My mom's already at work, so, and mind you, she had been calling my phone, I wasn't answering. So I finally turned my phone back on and it's like text messages and missed calls. So she's like, whenever you get this, your brother's at your aunt's house, you need to go get him. She just going off on me because she just thinking that, well, she knows that I'm like I stayed out past my curfew and I'm just like avoiding her calls basically. My aunt lives on the same block as my mom. So I run into my aunt's house and she's like, what's wrong with you? Well, no, I ring the bell. And she's like, who is it? So now I'm having to like make myself like sad or whatever. So I'm like, it's me. It's it. So she looking at me like, is he crying? Like, what's wrong with him? So she come downstairs, open the door, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what just happened. Like, somebody took me. I was in the alley. I don't know what happened. I just woke up in the alley. Somebody took me. I don't know where they took me. I don't know what happened. It just got dark. It was blind. I don't know. Like, I was just saying crazy shit because I didn't know what the fuck to say to make them believe that I was abducted or I got taken by somebody. So my aunt, she starts getting a little panicky because like, what the fuck do you mean you were taken? Like, taken where? Taken by who? She was already on the phone with my mom. I didn't even know. When she saw me downstairs, like, ringing the doorbell, she called my mom and was on the phone with her like, oh, he just got here, but had the phone on speaker. My mom wasn't saying nothing. She was very calculated. So she is on the phone whole time and I'm telling my aunt what happened. And she's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, who took you? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't remember nothing. They just grabbed me. I was walking down the street and they just grabbed me and took me into the alley over there on the Ave. And next thing I know, I don't know. Like, I just was like back where they got me from and I was running home. Like, I ran home. My mother's like, what? Did they touch you? Like, what happened? Now she's bugging the fuck out because she don't know. Like, she thinks like the world is like just out to get everyone and you just have to be guarded at all times. She's like, oh my gosh, like, this really happened. We're gonna call the cops. I'm like, oh shit. Shit is getting real. So they call the cops, right? Or my aunt calls the police. And the cops get there. It's a black female cop and a Hispanic male cop. And they're like, so what happened? So I tell them the story and they're just looking at me like, so you know, if once we investigate this situation and we find out that you're lying, that you can go to jail for I forget the exact term for it. As soon as I heard that you could go to jail, I said, who? You could go to jail, baby boy? Oh, not me. Not me. I'm like, oh, no, wait. And scene. I was just playing. I lied. I was just trying not to get in trouble because I knew I stayed out past my curfew. Yo, when I tell you, my mother came home the next day and oh my goodness. She was so mad with me, yo, because she almost left work and everything. But I had told the cops that nothing happened. Like nothing happened. I'm so sorry, like, I put y'all through this. I'm sorry. I didn't want to get in trouble, so I told you that I got abducted. Yo, I told him that I got abducted. That shit is funny. Like, I'm like, I don't know who took me, where they came from, what they look like. I just woke up and like, I was back here. Oh my goodness, I used to watch too many TV shows and movies back in the day. I'm telling you, like, there's no reason why I just came up with that story. There's no reason. But yeah, so that was the story for this week, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed telling. I'm about to get on up out of here. I actually have some music that I'm working on for you guys, so just hold on to your seat belts, because I promise you, I got a conference call today to like prepare some shit. So like, I'm telling y'all, things are on the move. I'm actually, next week I'll do an update video of like what's going on with the music, what I have coming up, what you guys can be looking forward to. So stay tuned for that next week. Next Friday it'll be an update video of like everything Fitz that I'm doing, from my clothing line to my music to talking to you guys every Friday, and even some things that I'm gonna be doing exclusively with Instagram. So you guys have to make sure you're following me on Instagram. I can't stress that enough. Like, you just have to. As I say every week, you already know, step up to the mic, cause you got soul. And I see y'all next week.
I'm gonna happen overnight.